The movie shows that sometimes it's your fam that can do you the worst. I came from uptown, way uptown. I came from uptown, way uptown. I came from uptown, way. Hey, I checked out The Northman. It's a bloody historical action flick about a Viking's revenge that was directed by Robert Eggers. The film is based on the legend of Amleth. The film follows a prince named Amleth, who witnessed his pop's betrayal and brutal murder at the hands of his treacherous uncle. Before he got bodied, his injured father named Amleth his successor and had him take a ceremonial oath to avenge his death. Years later, Amleth grows up to become a ruthless Viking and learns his uncle lost his stolen kingdom and is cooling out in Iceland. To get his revenge and save his mom, Amleth travels to Iceland disguised as a slave to gain his uncle's trust. And with the help of a creepy-ass warlock in Iceland, he obtains a legendary sword. I believe its name was pronounced Draugr, to ice him. The sword matched Amleth's brutal rage and thirst for blood. It was created by the world's deadliest blacksmiths, who forged it out of the world's most secret and precious iron. The handle was made from the bones of a Jotun, which are also referred to as Jotunar if there are more than just one of them. In Norse and Scandinavian mythology, the Jotunar were a race of insanely strong giants that went toe-to-toe with the gods in Asgard. They also clashed with the people of Midgard and played a key role in destroying the world in a series of events known as Ragnarok. Some were allies though. You've probably already flatlined one with Kratos if you've played God of War. After the sword was created, human blood was the only liquid that could quench the blade's heat, meaning it had a thirst for human blood. I believe the blade's full name was Draugr the Undead. The sword gets its name from the Draugrs described in Norse mythology, which it shares similarities to. Folklore states that Draugr are the ghosts of Vikings that reanimate corpses, then walk the earth. They usually guard treasure that's buried with them and are similar to zombies, except their decaying bodies have superhuman strength and can increase in size. Most are immune to all types of weapons and can torment people with their stanky ass smell or their influence by cursing people or entering your dreams and turning them into nightmares. A Draugr's spirit is usually an evil or greedy person who has unfinished business and refuses to go to the afterlife. Many have the urge to devour human flesh and drink human blood. They have the magical abilities to shapeshift into other creatures, control the weather, and some can see into the future. They're mostly active at night, but sunlight ain't a problem for them. Legends say that heroes had to wrestle Draugrs back into graves to defeat them, since weapons were useless. The film's ending was very similar. The Draugr sword couldn't be stopped until the person wielding it was fatally injured in battle and sent to the grave. If you've played God of War, you've probably already bodied one. The legendary sword was an indestructible blade designed to slaughter people. It weighed next to nothing, and its power was so next level that they compared it to a dragon fang, because the blade's bite could never be worn down, broken, or bent by clashing with another sword during a battle. The sword's flame in a battle was unmatched. Having it forged in human blood and bound with the bones of a Jotun made it magical and slightly demonic. The sword had a difficult nature where it could only be unsheathed for battle at night or at the gates of hell. It's impossible to pull it out for a quick sparring sesh during the daytime, but Amleth was able to unsheath it for his epic, shadowy, butt-naked sword fight with his uncle. No homo, y'all know what I mean. During the daytime at the gates of hell, because it's a nearby active volcano and volcanic smoke and ashes covered the battlefield in darkness, making Draugr the perfect sword for that battlefield. The cinematics and choreography during that scene were phenomenal. It gave off the vibes of a Mortal Kombat fight in Scorpion's underworld. Ironically, the Mount Dweller turned out to be a Draugr from folklore who at one point most likely massacred countless numbers of people with the unstoppable blade until he was stopped by death after a battle. Now, its greedy spirit was guarding its most prized possession, the legendary Draugr sword. From what it looked like, the Mount Dweller may have used a hypnosis attack or a spell on Amleth, similar to the Sharingan's genjutsu, to produce a illusion of a fight in his mind. After Amleth decapitated the Dweller and literally shoved his head up his ass, he looked over and saw himself still standing in front of the Dweller. So he may have been paralyzed the whole time while the battle raged on in his mind. Amleth's thirst for revenge gave him the willpower to defeat the Mount Dweller, proving himself worthy to claim the legendary Draugr sword. Then I believe the Mount Dweller's spirit must have moved on to the afterlife. Amleth was raised like a beast to guarantee he would avenge his father's death like a vicious, loyal dog. In order to get close enough to strike his prey, his uncle, he turned into a wolf in sheep's clothing. Acquiring the legendary blade, completed his beastly transformation into a bloodthirsty lone wolf with heavy-duty, sharp teeth. Equipped with Draugr, he howled at night and savagely hunted down, then tore apart his enemies like they were his prey. If you ain't into Vikings or medieval shows and films, I'd say stay clear from this film, but if you're a fan of shows like The Game of Thrones, you'll definitely dig this joint. The atmosphere and character costumes, as well as lingo, came off authentic. The sorcery aspect and demonic ceremonies gave the film a dark vibe and made it feel mysterious. Also, the special effects and background music used was on point. This was a bloody masterpiece. There was plenty of savage moments and exhilarating sword fights. The revenge story was well put together and was filled with unexpected twists and events. All the actors played their roles well too. Its story kind of reminded me of The Lion King, except without a happy ending. The movie shows that sometimes it's your fam that can do you the worst. Let me know what y'all thought about the Northman in the comments below. I'm gonna go ahead and run it 4 mics. It's absolutely free for y'all to support the channel. Doesn't cost y'all a dime to hit that like and subscribe button. Moving forward, I'm only responding to subscriber comments, so lock in with me and hit that subscribe button, and I'm gonna get up with y'all on the next video. Alright? Holla at me. I came from uptown, way uptown. I came from uptown, way uptown. I came from uptown, way